Good morning, good morning. We are here with, judging by the cover, to look at another new game that's just coming to Nintendo Switch, and I would just like it to be known.
I don't play World of Warcraft. I play Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
And
God.
today we are joined once again by FlamedEzra.
The one, the only.
So, I think you were the one that told me that this game was
Yep.
coming to Switch,
Yeah, I told you that. Yeah,
which,
because it was mind-boggling because I was watching the final, like one of the final E3s for, or whatever you want to call it, the for Nintendo Switch upcoming Switch games. It was like the final one that they were doing of the major releases in like I want to say like August or something of last year, and it was with the one that announced Brothership, and I saw this and I was like, no way.
right. And
Yeah.
as soon as you mentioned it to me, I'm like, wait, is this a new game? Are we looking at a new game? Because this game was name dropped on an episode of South Park like over a decade ago when they did
Yeah.
their Make Love Not Warcraft episode.
Yeah.
And
Which
it was they were ripping on Butters because he didn't play World of Warcraft like everybody else. He played Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and it's like, wait, how is it that this game is getting released? Well, I guess it got its iOS released in 2024, and
uh
at the end of this
2023.
month, so
Yeah.
by the time anybody's watching this, it'll be out tomorrow, or it might already be out by then.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but it has an Apple release as of like 2023 or something like that, which I didn't know until I had looked into the Switch release. So,
right.
so
And of course, it wouldn't be Hello Kitty if it wasn't an absolute adorable aesthetic.
yeah.
They're showing us here embark. I can't read today. Embark on a cozy adventure with Hello Kitty and friends and restore an abandoned island to its former glory. Discover 8 unique regions from the ocean's depths to an island in the clouds. You get iconic characters. Bake, cook, and craft for gifts to become friends. Renovate cabins and decorate them to attract even more characters. Okay, so that almost feels like that sounds like Animal Crossing's what was it? New Leaf.
The Sanrio collab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Wait, is that
Animal
what you're talking
Crossing
about?
had like the island resort where you would have to attract villagers with
Oh, Happy Home Paradise,
yeah,
where
the
it's like
Happy
Happy
Home
Home
Paradise.
Designer, but like yeah, you would build up the homes for villagers on the archipelago. Yeah,
Right.
I thought you were talking about the Sanrio collab that they did when because we're talking about Hello Kitty.
Oh, right.
No.
I mean, also yes, because this game
Oh,
does look
yes.
very Animal Crossing coded, and
Yeah.
that is not a bad thing at all. Like it, that
Nope.
is like pinnacle cozy game to just sit back and chill. Like you don't always want a hardcore game. You want something cute. You want something adorable and fun. You want to just kind of lose yourself in it a little bit.
Yep.
You get to create your own little animal avatar and customizing hundreds of outfits. You collect furniture to achieve your dream home aesthetic, just like Animal Crossing. Celebrate the joys of summertime with winter holidays and more with a year-round calendar of events. I don't know if it's like Animal Crossing in that respect, where it's set to
Real time.
your real-time calendar, or if it's more like Harvest Moon or Stardew, where there's like a a season of a number of days, and then it goes on
Oh
to the
yeah.
next season, and it just goes that way. I'm not sure which way it goes there. You get. I did see in the trailers they showed puzzles, some platforming, like exploring areas. So there's a lot more exploration to different zones,
Yeah.
and there's also
What's it?
multiplayer.
I was gonna say the puzzle idea definitely different is what differentiates it from just being an Animal Crossing. Like,
Right, like it makes it look more like a progression driven game as opposed to we plop you on your island and just give you this sandbox to play with.
yeah. Honestly, now that I think about it, the this Hello Kitty idea here with like the Animal Crossing feel, but it requires progression. It reminds me very much of My Sims. Um,
Right, because My Sims was
because
kind of like that too.
yeah, you were progressing to like rebuild the town back to a 5-star rate, but like there was like unlockable areas, there was like still customization to it.
Right,
But as you progress with upgrading things, you get more tasks and more unique characters and more
right.
things to do. So
And as we look in the screenshots here, we do have, of course, the title card. They do have the one trailer. Anybody out there, feel free to check that out. Um, we see floating with balloons over a garden. It looks like
Yeah, that's
the
interesting.
whole undersea area. I do hope that the swimming is at least intuitive because sometimes undersea levels can be a little awkward when you take like 2D land-based movement and all of a sudden you have
Yeah.
to like swim up or down. I know one of the Kingdom Hearts games was kind of weird
Ah.
with it.
Oh yeah, I'm a little worried about that. Is it gonna be Super Mario
Um,
64 mechanics, or is it gonna be Super Mario Galaxy or
Although
something else? I don't know.
it is now 2025, so hopefully they've had plenty of time across the decades of gaming development
Yeah, to figure
for
how
this
to
to make
nail
sense.
underwater level
Yep.
stuff. Yeah.
Looks like now. I know it's not a Mario game, but this one feels very Bowser's Castle-esque, but
Yeah.
still pretty sweet there.
Does
We
not
do
feel Hello
see.
Kitty at all.
So here they show us what looks like kind of a drawn back. You get like the cove in the middle,
Yeah.
and then what looks like, because they say you're going through 8 distinct regions, and it looks like here is a showcase of those regions. So you get like what I'm guessing is kind of the player house, a little island hub, your volcano, your ice region way there in the back behind the other mountains.
Yeah. They
Like
also mentioned in the description there's a cloud in the sky area, so
right,
there's already two zones that you can't visibly see here. Clouds in the sky zone, and then underwater.
right.
So
They're showing us, the internal of the house and all that. Oh, and it's just an absolute pinnacle of adorable. Like
yeah, I can't. They're so cute. I
I
need.
know the little food stuffs there, making friends and all that. Um, Again, I know I keep referring to Animal Crossing here, but it almost feels like kind of a combination of like an Animal Crossing and maybe like a sort of uh, Banjo Kazooie kind of feel with the open world, but you progressively unlock areas for different environments.
Huh.
So that
Didn't
I
think
wonder
about
if
it
that
like
would be
that.
like an apt comparison, where it still
Yeah.
focuses a lot on character relationships along with the multiplayer stuff, and then the crafting and everything as you're rebuilding the island paradise.
Yeah. Right, because it's like an abandoned, destroyed island or something. You're
Right.
returning to former glory. Yeah.
Um, I would say now at $40, I would say when it comes out, that price would probably be 100% worth it for what looks like the amount of game you're getting. Now, obviously, people chomp at the bit for $60 Animal Crossing. That was like one of the biggest releases of 2020, in part because of just being that popular IP, but at the same time coming out at that perfect moment where everybody's stuck and they're wanting a little bit of human connection with the multiplayer and all that.
Yeah.
But then this game, now I don't know how well it'll go over, but at least with a $40 price tag, it feels like a fair one, especially attached to such a huge global intellectual property like Hello Kitty. So
Yeah.
the some of that price tag is going to be just having the brand attached.
I agree. I also feel like that's a fair price. Would I want to buy it at $40? It depends if
Right, because of course
where.
everybody is going to be restricted by how much time they think they're going to be able to invest in it compared to their budget.
Yeah.
So
Like
like
for me, I jumped right on board with the $40 like My Sims release, but I was getting two
right,
games in one for how much they were
for
like
this one,
now like
personally, I'd
so
probably wait for it to go on sale or to see if there is a
yeah.
sale if I were to try this game out. Um, yes, I am a 37-year-old man who is 100% actually thinking about this game.
Oh
Judge
yeah,
me
for
all
sure.
you want.
I have a Hello Kitty hoodie. Nobody's judged. If you judge someone who loves Hello Kitty, you don't love Hello Kitty, and that explains a lot.
And especially because of one of the best shows I have seen come out in the past decade, and the main character of the show shows up in the trailer for this game, and I'm hoping it's not just somebody's player avatar. I'm hoping it's the actual character in the game. Agretzko is in the trailer of the game,
Yeah.
and now I'm pretty sure Agretzko is not going to go in a whole death metal bend in here. Although, if she does, I would be like an instant shut up and take my money. I will buy this game just to meet Agretzko and see a death metal sequence in a Hello Kitty game.
Just it's like Tomodachi lifestyle, where like the whole like section with the Gretsuko is just making your own songs, but it's just turning into death metal concert every time.
Exactly.
Or maybe if they did do that, maybe be more the style of like an in-game concert kind of thing,
Right. Have like
like
some kind of
KK Slider or
customizable
something.
section with that.
I was thinking it might even just be like a story-driven event with like KK Slider and Animal Crossing, where like you get to this certain extent, and Aggressico throws a celebratory death metal band.
Yeah. Now, of course, I don't think they're going to bring back any of the banger classics from the show. Like, I seriously doubt that in a rated E for everyone game, they're going to come out with Shitty Boss. But a small little death metal sequence would be very welcome. Now, I am
Yeah.
disappointed that the screenshots do not show Retsuko, but she was in the trailer if you look for her.
Yep.
But yeah,
And
that's where I'm at here. I would say, I think at least a 9 out of 10, if not a solid 10, just for. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going 10 out of 10 for this one, just because of the South Park joke that gets tagged onto this one over a decade after that fact of the episode.
that's such a baller move. Like everyone's like kind of like forgot, and all of a sudden it's like, here you go.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think anyone forgot, but like the people who watch South Park were just like just stirring
Any
right
of
now.
them
I
hearing
know.
that this came out, because you know any of the South Park fans have already bought and played at least once the Stick of Truth and the Fractured But Whole,
Yeah.
and then this comes out and it's like, oh my gosh, any of those South Park fans would chomp at the bit for this, just to follow in Butter's footsteps.
So I don't know if it makes any difference because I'm totally gonna be biased and buy the Hello Kitty stuff. I probably will. I'll probably wait for it to go on sale still. I'm not entirely sure right
Right.
now, but
Just for
I
the sake of my
still
own time and budget and everything, I would wait for a sale. But for people that are fans of Hello Kitty or fans of South Park or cozy games in general, I mean, 100% definitely get down on that.
well, I was thinking I still might buy it anyways because so I don't know if you know this, but I still have a Game Boy Advance game called Hello Kitty Happy Party Pals.
Huh.
Yeah, it was like a. I loved it as a kid, and I still have it. I haven't played it in a bit, but it's
Right.
pretty much like you're going around doing little tasks and stuff as Hello Kitty to throw a birthday party, and there was like some mini games on it, like Bubble Pop and making pancakes or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been quite a few years,
Right.
but I found that funny to
I
mention.
almost wonder what other kind of mini games might be in those. Like, they didn't mention too much about mini games. They showcased a little snippets of some platforming, exploration, and like cooking and crafting. But I wonder if
Yeah.
there's like extra mini games thrown in there as like special
Oh, I
character
hope
moments
so.
with the iconic cast of the franchise.
If there's
Because
not so many games, I don't think I would want. I would
right,
still want it, but I feel like that would be a major selling point for me. Is like extra mini games just to do like,
right, because
you know.
that was something that like Animal Crossing does lack, is that it's like, yeah, you get your island, you get to dress it up however you want, and they
But then
really
what?
boast, especially with New Leaf, having such high degrees of customization for your character and your
You're
island.
right.
But then outside of that, like the character interactions are very like, oh,
Yeah,
run a quick
New
errand.
Horizons feels very soulless in comparison to New Leaf, in my personal opinion, and I
Right,
think a lot of the community can agree with that. A lot of the dialogues are repetitive, and you kind of get to the point like, well, what do I do now? Which
right,
is where I'm at. What do I do now? Well, I'm gonna 100% the game.
and I know like my wife in particular, she played Animal Crossing. We played together when it came out, or when that came out in 2020.
Yeah.
And we had a blast with that. But then we had tried other games and have had a hard time going back to Animal Crossing because other games just kind of gave more direction and more progression. That's why we are on such a strong Stardew Valley kick,
Oh
because
yeah, I love Starter.
you start at one point of the game and then progress for like are making a constant progression into like more areas. And it seems like with this game it gives you even more of that, maybe less of the farming and money driven aspect of it, but more like you get to explore and have more interaction with the characters, and
Yeah.
hopefully the character interactions are fleshed out where they're like a little more than Animal Crossing's.
I will say also, if there's not like little collectibles to go around and find, I will be severely
Right.
disappointed because this giant island with platforming capabilities and puzzles to it, if there's not collectibles to
Right,
find, what
like
are you doing?
those
There's
with so
got
many different
the whole game
environments, you
is
gotta
about
have rewards.
exploration. There's got to be some sort of collectibles.
Absolutely. So I mean, like I said, I'm looking at a 10 out of 10 here, but depending on what it looks like when it comes out and seeing what kind of collectibles and what kind of character interactions, that could go down. But at the very
Yeah.
least, like, because Sanrio is one of the largest intellectual property holders on the planet, like, Pokemon is the highest grossing multimedia franchise, and I think Sanrio is up there, like, if not second, it's in the top five. Um,
I
as
mean,
far
I
as like
wouldn't
a
doubt it.
singular multimedia franchise.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it, honestly.
But yeah, that's what we're looking at here. Like, I know I've said it. I'll be looking to see if this goes on sale. Sometimes at launch they'll do like a 10 or 20% or something. But then
Yeah.
again, because it is Sanrio, that this one might not get a launch sale.
Also, my rating is also 10 out of 10, and it's totally not biased. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? You're a liar. You are absolutely biased to the series, but that's okay because we are judging it solely by the cover.
Yeah, it's the whole point is to be the aim is too biased, but definitely give a fair rating scale where
Right.
possible. But honestly, it's Hello Kitty. The graphics aren't terrible. The gameplay looks fine. Like I could get away with an 8 or 9 out of 10, but Hello Kitty.
Yeah. And even with me not being at, like, I was on a 9, and then I saw Retzko, and I'm like, sold.
Fair.
Absolutely
Yeah,
sold.
and the price isn't unfair. Like
Right.
it's not $60 or 70 like most Switch games nowadays. So
Now,
it's
I
not.
think
It's also not a AAA.
I think on
So
the eShop there was, I think there's a deluxe edition for
yes,
60.
it
I'm
is.
not sure what
Yeah,
comes with the deluxe. In fact, let me see if I can
I
just
don't know.
back real quick. Yeah, deluxe edition is bundled $60. Let's see, bundle contents is showing. What do you mean timed out? Oh, okay. My eShop is giving me grief, but yeah, that's what we're looking at there. There is a deluxe edition. So for anybody that wants to see what extra content that has, we can try and pop in there right quick.
The deluxe event bundle includes. Oh. Okay, it looks like it's the legacy stuff from what would have been available from the Apple side. It says deluxe event bundle. Over 300
Oh,
unique items and rewards, 1 year of legacy clothing, furniture, and other cosmetic from events like 2023 Spooky Celebration, 2023 Give and Gather Celebration, 2024 Luck and Lantern Celebration, and so much more that I'm not going to sit here and list off.
okay.
But it also has the deluxe starter bundle, deluxe crafting bundle. So all this on top of the incredible world of Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Interesting. So it
So
does
lots of
give
content we had if you played it back in like the phone.
right. So like for that extra $20, you get all of that extra content. I guess things that you wouldn't get in the base game, since coming from a mobile would have been maybe some microtransaction or just, like it says, legacy content. So things that would have been exclusive releases and updates for those special events. Whereas maybe
Yeah.
this game will have its own special events, or maybe it's all self-contained. Um, I feel like in a lot of situations I would be upset over like
Exclu-
having a premium price for a bunch of pointless cosmetics. But for
Oh
people
yeah.
who started with this game previously and they might want that extra stuff, um, plus the extra, like, I guess you can power game the early stuff with the friendship stuff, the friendship bouquets and blossoms.
Yeah.
So that is, they do at least seem to offer at least quite a lot. It's not like you're paying a premium and you get like one custom gun skin or something.
Yeah.
You get like
God.
basically hit
Wait,
the
what?
ground running kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, estimated release on the 30th. So be on the lookout for that. By the this schedule, we are scheduling this to go up on the Sunday right before that. So hey, if you're seeing this episode on launch day, check out the game. It should be quite a delight if you're a fan of cozy games and chill exploration. And like I said, there's
And Hello
multiplayer
Kitty.
stuff too. So if we do both end up getting this,
Oh yeah, we're playing it.
I'm calling a multiplayer favor.
Oh for sure. I am down. Yeah.
Oh boy. And heck, if anybody else out there, if you are on this and if it goes on sale and if I end up getting this, I'll be announcing on the Discord channel about getting it or not. So if that happens, I may be opening up multiplayer for stream too.
Time for an island adventure.
Yay! And I'll be sure to do the South Park Butters joke again every single time we do a Hello Kitty video.
Never get old. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep. That's just
I
my
mean,
vibe.
if it's 10 years old and it's still not dead, come on. Come on.
I mean,
You know.
it is. I'm pretty sure it's significantly more than 10 years. I'd have to look at when that season came out, because I'm pretty sure that season was like before 2010.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, just the fact that this game exists after all of that
Yeah.
is it is hilarious to me. It is the best. The fact that you could just meme it that way. It sells itself. It markets itself. They should have just done a straight up South Park collaboration. They could have opened the trailer with that exact clip from South Park.
Now all we need is World of Warcraft to have a collab with Sanrio.
Oh my gosh, that would have been a beautiful thing. But you know that Blizzard is probably never going to do that.
Oh no, for sure.
Oh, it would have been great. Well, with that, thank you again, everybody that joined us for today's Judging by the Cover. Down in the description, you'll find links to other socials, or up on the top of the YouTube channel. I'm on Discord, Twitch. Ezra hangs around too, so be sure to look for him.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.